Today's topic are stupidity. When prepared for this video, I several times laugh out loud, and I even I want to share with my friend, and they laugh too, because I sure lots of stupid thing happen around us. And do you ever think about what make people in general stupid? And that's our topic today. 4 traps keep you stupid. You need to watch out. When preparing for this video, there's one really interesting effect got my attention. The effect called 1 in 5 rule. What I mean is whatever you say, no matter how ridiculous the statement, how unbelievable the statement are, those always will be 1/5 people will believe in you on the earth or society. You always get this scam call. They always tell you they're from the bank, they need your bank information. But the weird thing is they have a weird accent. You barely recognize what language they're speaking. But for me, I think if I try to be smart to scam people, I will speak a correct English. Maybe they will believe me and send me the money. However, they don't. They just speak a weird accent. I always don't understand why. Until I met a really smart guy, he tell me they do that on purpose. Because if you can still keep listening, if they have this weird, strange accent, you have a bigger chance to send them money, and they don't have to waste time to you to speak to you. That's how we see, 1/5 people are really blaming bank people could not even, make you understand their English. And there's a lot of story out there talk about, for example, lots of people said the earth is flat. Or even we see there's an event, lots of people get in the Capitol in America on January. There's a guy who have a horn, have the feather clothes, and say he's a shaman, have to do some ceremony to kill the devil. How people believe in those things? Let's not talk about is it true. Let's say how people even believe in those things. And the reason why is the 1 in 5 rule. And today's reference is from a book also. And the credit go to book Head in the Cloud by William Poundstone. And in the book, it mainly figure out one question. Is it still necessary for us to learn this knowledge that is not practical, about China's history, what is the 4th of July, how human become human, this kind of not practical, or simple, you can just Google it. Or if we have this strong knowledge basis, is that relate to us for income? It then make us more happy, or even it make us more healthy? And the question, really short, is yes. And in the book, it shows lots of example, and I'm sure lots of people heard about example like this. Is when a guy who won a lottery, but he was in a really bad situation before, but he spent all the money, the $200 million within 2 years, and have lots of debt, have lots of crime, and in the end he or they suicide. And from only this kind of news, we can tell 2 things at least. First is for the people who are ignorant or stupid, they could not keep their wealth. Even they have lots of money, they could not keep them. Second thing is, even for people who are ignorant or stupid, more money not necessarily means more happy. Sometimes it even become a burden. It makes them have a more tragedy. And I remember there's lots of life example around me even, one of my friends get refund from school is about 5K. As a student, you have lots of student debt, as a smart move, you should put them into student debt. However, in the beginning, they've been smart about it, but the end result are half of the money go to marijuana and this kind of thing. About all of those stories, we can see that there's a strong relation between ignorance and less happy, less income, or less healthy. And by the way, this book is a statistical report. What does that actually mean? Is, A happened, most time B will happen. But it not means when you don't have a lots of knowledge, you definitely will have a bad life. And we're not talking about specific cases. We're only talking about most time, what most time will happen to humans. And let's introduce the first effect that make you stupid. The first one called decay effect. What is decay effect? There's a robber. He go rob the bank. However, it's interesting is this guy don't have no mask, no cover on. And when he get the money, he even walk out the bank. Police come right after he left. The police caught him, of course. But the interesting is when the police get into his house, he's so confused. He's like, how do you guys find me? The police say, what are you talking about? You don't have a no face cover. You even walk out. It's easy for us to catch you, of course. That's impossible. I have an invisible cream on. Now the police confused too. What invisible cream? Lemon juice. I put lemon juice on. How can you catch me? Overall, people figure out what is invisible cream? Is he watch TV? There's like a Discovery Channel talking about in World War II. People use lemon juice to write down words on paper. When it dry, it's invisible until you put in the water. Now he said, wow, this is a smart idea. He started putting lemon juice over his face, cannot even open eye and go rob the bank. And when I share this story, people around me, people think I make up the story, but I didn't. And this is a really famous news, even draw two professors' attention to study. What makes people so stupid, or how can he so confident about the method he come up? And they come up the effect called decay effect. Decay is the initial of the two professors. Like what make people stupid? Oh, by the way, stupid here means don't have a strong knowledge basis. And overall, for sure, what is the decay effect? Is if you're not smart enough, you won't know you're stupid. You're too stupid to know you're stupid, right? Or especially when you become stupid, you are extremely confident. You're confident about everything. You think, something went wrong. It is not my fault. It's definitely theirs fault. That is basically what is the decay effect. And what's a typical decay effect cases? You guys probably think about the people around you. However, decay effect, the most typical cases is when you go see the mirror. I don't think you go to college, you won't have decay effect. Everybody do, even me. Because you don't even know what you don't have. Decay effect happen in our life a lot. I remember when in high school, there's a student. He gets suspended 5-6 times in a month. You barely see them just because they get suspended too much. And I remember they was telling me that he want to be a lawyer. Like I'm not discriminating. It just for me it sounds really funny. And I'm sure you guys go ask people around you who drive. They will tell you they're a good driver. And the most reason why is the decay effect. You're not smart enough to know you're stupid. You're not good as a good person. You're not good enough to know you're a bad person. And it's not just you. And there's even as a society, as a culture, will have the things. And as a young teenager, you guys probably familiar with this word called meme. However, these two professors developed this word meme too. Initially, what meme means is in this culture, you could not understand something outside your culture. The culture cover your eye to see the outside world. For example, lots of me as an Asian student in America, I heard so many people tell me, oh, Asians so smart, man. You guys so smart. However, you guys never heard about when I'm in China high school, I wake up at 5:30, I go to class at 6:30 a.m. I get out of school almost 10 p.m. and when I go home or dorm, I take a shower and I will study another additional hour after. For American students, so whoa, that's crazy. But sometimes it's not we being too smart. It's just the culture don't really let you understand what makes them do certain things. And that's meme. And lots of people think they have the best life ever, nothing should be improved. And this is the time you should be watch out because decay effect are try to trap you into stupidity. And maybe that will lead to the miserable life we talked about in the beginning. And the third trap to keep us stupid I think this is really helpful for the working people and the student out there. Lots of people say, I don't want to be ignorant, I want to learn. However, I never remember stuff. After reading book, I never remember it. Or after class, I just forget everything. Over a summer vacation, I forget everything. But why? Why this happening? And the third thing called Google effect. What it means? It basically means if this is something you can check or Google or you have some notes in somewhere, you will never memorize the content of it. And that's really mind-blowing because I remember I'm in college. One of the most question asked is, teacher, can you upload the PowerPoint to some platform? Or can you upload the notes? Or some people just pull out their phone and take a picture of the PowerPoint or the notes of teachers. However, this is the method that mess you up. You will never remember it if you record like this. And you thought you will come back to it, you will review it, when you need it, you check it. But come on, guys. Just think about how many slides or notes you take a picture of on your phone that you will never take a second look of it. So this is the third thing we should really watch out. And after you understand the Google effect, and there's another effect or disadvantage of human right after it called rational ignorance. What is rational ignorance? It basically means if the effort you have to put in to pursue this knowledge are bigger than the benefit it gave me, I just choose not to learn it. And this is really rational, and I think I'm smart. For example, lots of people have to learn another foreign languages, either Spanish, French. They think in future, I won't get benefit from these skills. So they choose not to learn it, and they think it's really smart. However, this is the biggest thing that keeps you stupid. Because you never know what is the skill will give you as a return. One of the favorite example in this is one of my favorite, Steve Jobs. After first time he got fired by Apple, before he got hired back, he creates a company called Pixar. And Pixar will have a strong competition with Disney, and they are beating the Disney. And they are advanced, way advanced than Disney. Disney cannot even compete with them no more. The reason why he can create a company is when he go to high school, he was taking this image design class. He don't know what to do, and he don't know what's the benefit of it. However, that developed to another great company. I may be not gonna be the CEO of Apple because I get kicked off, but I can win in another industry and become the head of another industry. You will never know what these skills or knowledge will benefit you. And normally, knowledge will compound into, will help you as long as you have a bigger and a bigger knowledge basis, even they're irrelevant or not practical. If you're so, rational ignorance, you will go to one stage called meta ignorance. What do you mean? It basically means, like a decay effect. You don't even know what you don't know. And people who in the meta ignorance, this group of people is a large population of the society. If let this kind of people to vote, this will be very, very scary thing. In America, lots of people have this concept that, when the crime rate is really high, it's important to promote guns. Let's not talk about, this statement is correct or not. For the book, there's an experiment. They ask lots of people who have this kind of opinion, if there's high crime rate, we should promote guns. Let them come in to do experiment. First of all, they ask them, what do you think the crime rate is going up, same state, or going down? Surprisingly, only 20% people answer correctly. The crime rate since 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago are dropped. And it dropped not just a little bit, dropped 50%. However, by the way, I just have to claim here, the crime rate drop is not because the society improving, we have a different president, the life are better. It's because the baby boomers getting old. There's lots of people become a baby in the same time. And the crime is a relatively young teenager thing. So when baby boomer getting old, 50, 60 years old, they're not doing crime no more. The social structure is different. That's the reason why the crime is so low. But in this experiment specifically, 80% of people don't even know what is a crime rate. When they don't, and under this circumstance, leads them to argue with each other, should we support promoting guns or giving more gun rights to the public. But can you imagine how scary it is? 80 people can vote for we should give people guns because the crime rate is increased, but they don't even know what's the crime rate. Even more, I remember Ukraine and Russia have a conflict. America want to send army over, and for lots of people, they don't even know where Ukraine is on the map. 85% of the people who don't know support to send army over to Ukraine. And this kind of thing, it just makes me scared to think about when everybody to vote. Pew Research at 2010 show a special research. Basically, they say that our generation have the highest degree or education level. However, we have a way lower knowledge base and the computation ability. And I think this is one of the issues that people should watch out. Especially for people who are watching my video right now. I sure you don't want to be stupid. And this fourth thing, 1 in 5 rules, decay effect, Google effect, and rational ignorance, you should better watch out. And I hope you like my video, and I hope you have a great day.